1. Please be sure to include your phone number. Do you have a personal story you'd like to share with us? Call Montel's answering machine at 1-900-933-3900. Each call costs 75 cents per minute.
So Madeline fought off her rapist and held him at gunpoint until the police came to help out. Now, I need you to listen to this tape. This is the 911 call that Madeline made while she's got a gun to her rapist's head, and she's trying to figure out what to do. Take a listen to this.
911, what are you reporting? Get over here! I've been raped and I've got a gun. I'll kill him! I'll kill him! I'll kill this guy. Ma'am, I shot him. Ma'am! What? When did it happen? He's still here. Hurry up. Okay, stay on the line. I'll get officers started. Are you injured? Yes. Do you know who he is? No. He's still in your apartment? Yes, I've got a gun on him right now. Stay on the line. Stay on the line. Okay, hurry up. I'll kill you. Stay on the line. I will kill you. Sir, I'll kill you if you move. I will wrap nothing. I will blow your head off. I will kill you. And I have people that'll kill you if I don't. Don't move. Don't you move. You move. Be as calm as you can and listen to me. Yes. What race is he? White. How old? How old are you? How old are you going to be when you die? 21, he says.
You know, it's almost, and I will tell you, the reaction from people in this audience and from me is the same. I mean, we applaud you for having the courage to do that. And some of the laughter and things that you hear is because people are proud of the fact that a woman finally stood up. And even though he was able to do what he did to you, you in some way got revenge. So I got to say, that's what that was. You know that. But at the same time, we all have to understand that this is a woman who was raped. This man raped her. And after that, she had the wherewithal to get the guy. I don't need to know the details of the rape. Because no matter if he just did this or that, any rape is a heinous crime. But it's over. He has completed this act. What made you consciously know to go get the gun you had? How did you do that? Where did that come from?
At that point, I was be killed or fight for your life, and there was no way, there was no window, no way out. I tried to run before that, and at that point I was in the bathroom where there was no way, or nowhere to go. So
He raped you on the bedroom floor, correct? So you got away from him, and on the bed. You got away from him long enough to get to the bathroom. Where was he at the time that you were in the bathroom?
He was in my office at that time. I told him that I had to go to the bathroom, and
so he planned on staying for a while.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so now what did you do? Was a gun in the bathroom? Where did you?
No, the gun was actually outside the bathroom door on a dresser in my bedroom, and I took rubbing alcohol from under the sink because I really didn't have to go to the bathroom, and poured it into the toilet so he would think I was going, and thought I needed a weapon because of his knife, and I couldn't find anything but a little scissors, so I, at that point, thought of my gun, and I opened the bathroom door and reached around and grabbed my purse, which looked like an attaché. He hadn't gone through that particular one, and got my gun out, and it jammed, like it always did. And I think I had a guardian angel or something looking after me because I was bleeding so badly. I had trouble engaging the gun, but I finally got it to work. And as I opened the door, he was coming back and had his knife, and I just put my gun up, and he started to run, and I started shooting, and...
Did you hit him?
No, I missed. I was too beat up and cut up early to...
But you fired enough to make him realize you were going to kill him, so he hit the floor.
No, he ran down the stairs, and they went into... He was trying to get out the front door and couldn't figure out how. And so when I came down the stairs, he saw me again, and I thought I was out of bullets. But his reaction made me realize that he thought I still had bullets. So I put the gun back up, and he ran into this powder room downstairs, and so I ran into the kitchen across from him, and kind of turned the tables on him, told him I was going to kill him, and to throw the knife, or not the knife out, but he had taken some stuff from my office, and I told him to throw it out, and he threw it towards me. And I told him to put his hands over his head, and I was swearing a lot at him, and
he did that?
he believed, yeah. And then told him to get on his knees, and he got on his knees with his hands over his head like that. And then I told him to get face down on the floor. See, he did that, everything I just told him, and I kept threatening to kill him, and once I felt I had him in a position that he was believing that I was going to kill him too, I called 911 then.
And that's the call. Now, how long did it take for the police to arrive at your house?
53 seconds.
And they were there. So the police are there in 53 seconds. You got this guy down on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And when did they tell you, or when did you find out that he was really a serial rapist?
In the hospital, they started, the x-ray tech had mentioned that he might have been the serial rapist, and I didn't really know much about it. And so went from the hospital, I had to go to the police station and give a recorded statement. And they told me then that he was the serial rapist that they'd been looking for.
How much time did this man get?
77 years.
Good. Sorry, I'm squeezing you. Now, this has not been easy.
No.
At all.
It's had a very profound effect on my life. And it was also something I thought could never happen to me and would never happen to me.
What happened to you a week later?
A week later, well, they gave me some strong prescription sleeping pills because it was real hard to fall asleep because I was sleeping in my bed when this happened, so I didn't feel comfortable allowing myself to sleep, and to this day don't really. And it was about 5:30, and I was had met all the other victims at the prosecutor's office that day, and I was just sitting on the couch, and I was staying with a friend, and I just had a flashback of him trying to kill me, and it was so intense and real that my heart rate and my whole body felt exactly like I felt when he and I had this big fight. And I wasn't trying to kill myself. I wasn't even thinking of suicide in any way, but I got up and just took all the sleeping pills. And my daughter, who was a volunteer firefighter at the time, I guess pretty much saved my life, because we were talking on the phone, and my words were slurred, and she asked me why I was slurring my words, and I told her that I wasn't, and she asked to speak to the person whose home I was staying at the time, and I wouldn't put him on the phone, and she said, "He's not there, is he?" And I said, "Yes, I just don't want to bother him." And she knew something was wrong, I guess, because of my voice and slurring of the words, and so she made an excuse that her roommate needed something, and she said, "Hold on a minute," and then she said, let me call you back." And she lived an hour away, and she called 911 and said, "My mom is the person that caught the Linwood Edmonds serial rapist, and this is where she's staying, and something's wrong." And then I guess she called back, and we were talking, and she heard the phone drop, and then she heard all this banging on the windows and doors, and I woke up in the hospital.
And your daughter's here. What's her name?
Michelle, my dear daughter.
Michelle is here. So you protected yourself, and then your daughter, Michelle, saved your life. Stand up, Michelle. I think without you, your mom wouldn't have I got to take a little break. We'll be back right after this.
Nothing brings
brings people together quite like cable TV. Be there as news happens, catch all-out sports action, rock to the hottest music, and the coolest kids shows. Call now for your best deal on cable. And to really get your entertainment's worth, get the premium channels. Showtime explodes with big-time excitement. HBO delivers knockout entertainment. The movie channel gives you a great movie anytime you want one. And Cinemax brings you over 170 movies each month. Call now, because now installation is free when you order cable and premium TV. Plus, ask about great savings on premium packages. There, you see? Cable has something for everyone. So call now and get your entertainment's worth.
Great Expectations averaged over 2 marriages a day last year.
Can we promise you'll get married if you join? No. But we can promise you 3 extra months of membership if you call 800-348-1819 now.
I mean, there's just no way I would have met Lisa, you know, if it weren't for Great Expectations.
Great Expectations works. Call 800-348-1819 today and start it working for you with this special limited offer. 800-348-1819.
D-Day, 14 days away. Just 14 days to drop 3 sizes. 2 weeks to get this body into that dress. I was gonna make it if it killed me. It didn't, thanks to Cybergenics.
Cybergenics Quick Trim is a balanced program of diet and exercise designed to produce dramatic results in just 2 weeks when used properly.
Oh, by the way, D-Day was just delightful.
The Cybergenics Quick Trim Countdown. Start it now.
A woman is brutally attacked in her own home, and her little girl becomes her only hope.
My mom! Please!
Incredible 911 calls and the lives they save on the next Montel.
Yes, ma'am, you had a question.
Today, Sue, with the world being the way it is today, why would you leave your kids in the car with the keys in the car?
I knew that question was coming.
Every person that I've seen or known, everybody makes a mistake as far as leaving their kids in the car. I've stopped in department stores or stopped at convenience stores, and I see somebody that leaves their kids in the car. You don't expect it to happen to you.
Okay. And also we're not the only ones. I am currently trying to put a program together on prevention of abduction children with my school district.
Please welcome Officer Tyrone Reynolds to the show from East Orange, New Jersey, and Judge Leona Lloyd from Detroit, Michigan to the show. In each one of these instances, you have heard about people almost in a sense taking the law into their own hands to protect themselves. What do you think about this, Judge?
Well, I think, first of all, all the cases that are up here, it's very fortunate that they're still alive. That's number one. And they were very brave. I take nothing from that. But I don't advocate someone taking the law into their own hands. Number one, you look at the circumstances that the first 2 particular cases here today were in, small town, okay? But in a large city, for example, like the city that I come from, you're not going to get an opportunity or to tell someone to lay down. If you don't have a weapon, you're not going to have that opportunity in Detroit. So I can't advocate that people take that avenue. I see too many crimes that come in front of me, and too often people are not skilled at, number one, defending themselves. Right. Okay, so the first two scenarios, I don't want to call the criminals stupid, but I mean, they do border on that. Okay, because they don't act that way.
She said the criminals were stupid. They were stupid.
I agree.
You dealt with some real...
But she said she doesn't advocate, taking the law into your own hands. If this happened into a big city, we were out in the middle of nowhere. The nearest town was 40 miles away.
Right.
If this happened into a big city, I don't think I could have just stood there and just let it walk away with my children.
If I'd have been there, when you
indicated, for example, that you had the opportunity, you had the car, you had the keys, and the kids in the car, then get away from the violence. Don't stay there, and then become the law yourself.
I got to take a break. When we come back, I want to hear what you have to say, because as a police officer, you're out there. You're the ones that we call with 911. Sometimes you may show up at a scene where you have a woman who's just been raped, and she's got a gun in her hand holding that perpetrator down. Is that right or wrong? I want you to answer when we come back. We'll be back right after this.
Do you have a personal story you'd like to share with us? Call Montel's answering machine at 1-900-933-3900. Each call costs 75 cents per minute.
In the average lifetime, the average person buys 100 toothbrushes,
Original bristles.
592 tubes of toothpaste, and uses 9,662 yards of dental floss, which adds up to a trip to Drug Emporium. Our selection and prices save you time and money on all the best